Hello and welcome. I'm Natalie. Let's talk about money. So, today we're going to talk about investing and basically investing for beginners. How to get started, where to get started, what do you do, what do you need to look for, how do you do this, how does this even work for that matter? So, that's what we're going to talk about. And most of the information I have is from Dave Ramsey, naturally, because I'm a Dave Ramsey fan. And then a couple of little hints of Warren Buffett in there as well. So let's go ahead and go take a look at this, okay? So first, I think one of the things that Dave Ramsey talks about a lot is that your most powerful wealth building tool is your income. So if you have a very low income or you're unable to work, we need to figure out a way to go ahead and increase that income. Most Americans have thought about, have definitely heard about, or know about side gigs. And I am not one that is going to run around doing a bunch of side gigs. I'm just not. YouTube, that would be my side gig. And I'm not making any money here. So eventually, one day I will. But your most powerful wealth building tool is your income. And this is true because the more income you make, the more you can put away into investing, creating more income for you in the future. So what Dave Ramsey talks about and encourages people to do is to invest in good growth stock mutual funds that have long track records. I believe he says 10 years or longer for the growth funds being in place and working and in order and making money and all the things. And the reason he mentions using mutual funds, good growth stock mutual funds, is that if you find the right funds, they do and they can and they will outperform the S&P 500. So you want to look at those mutual funds that are, in fact, outperforming the S&P. So to do this, you literally just look at the graph. You compare whatever fund you're looking at to the S&P 500, maybe over the course of 5 years or longer. But look at the history and see if the fund you're looking at is outperforming the S&P 500. If it is, that's a good sign, and that's probably a fund you want to be involved in. Now, there is, a caveat to this, and that is that you do want to know what you're investing in. And this is something Warren Buffett also speaks about, is that you want to know what you're investing in. So don't just randomly start putting money here and there and everywhere and not even know where your money is going. Because when your money goes down in value, you're going to want to know why. So if you know what you're investing in, this will help you understand when your money is going up or going down. And don't ever jump off the roller coaster when it's going down, okay? Stick with it. It's going to come back up, okay? So Dave Ramsey recommends that we spread our investing over 4 types of funds. So growth and income, growth, aggressive growth, and international. So what does that mean? So the first is growth and income. So growth and income is comprised of large cap or large capitalization companies. They may also be called a blue chip fund, but these are the biggest companies. These are huge companies that are steady and will always, not always, there's no such thing as always. There's no such thing as always and never, right? But they have a tendency to be profitable and to make money over time. So growth and income, you want to look at those large cap funds or those large cap companies that are in that fund. And you want to make sure you're okay with the companies that are in there. Because what if there's some random company that you despise because, they did something politically or whatever. So look at the fund, look at the companies that are in each of these funds to make sure that you're okay with them. The second one is growth. So these are kind of the mid-cap companies, the mid-capitalization companies, still good, strong companies, but not as big and not as steady as the growth and income funds or the large cap companies. So the growth is kind of the mid-cap. So the mid-cap companies that are kind of middle of the road, still making plenty of money, still doing well, but not quite as popular or as big as the large cap companies. And then we have the aggressive growth, and the aggressive growth are what we would consider small cap or the small companies. These would be new companies. There's probably a lot of tech companies involved in this. I imagine now there's probably some funds that have some of these new AI generating companies, some of those might be in a small cap. They are kind of a crazier mix of companies, and they're probably more volatile because they are new, they are small. It's kind of a crazy mix is how Dave kind of explains it. It's just a crazy mix of new companies. And then there's international. Now, international obviously is companies that are out of the United States, of course, because they're international. And so this is probably or typically the worst performing, but you do want your money to be spread out, because what if all of a sudden America just comes crumbling down? If you have money in other countries, at least, that part would be saved. Now, the chances of America crumbling are slim to none, but it's possible. Anything's possible. So, this helps to spread your money out so that when we are having crazy times in America, AKA right now, your international fund can help calm down any huge ups and downs that we may see in the market. Okay. So the main thing that Dave talks about is just being slow and steady. Okay. You're going to go to a financial advisor, go to Dave Ramsey's website to find a good financial advisor in your area. And you're going to sit with that person and explain what you want to do. Explain you've got an idea to invest in these 4 areas: growth and income, growth, aggressive growth, and international, and let them guide you to where you want to invest and what funds are going to be best for you. Because again, we're looking for that growth stock mutual fund that's going to outperform the S&P 500. That is the goal. The S&P on average is anywhere from, what do they say, 8 to 10% rises. And so we're looking for more than that. So we want those funds that are up above that, 10 to 12% or more. And when you sit with your financial advisor, you want to make sure that your financial advisor is not a salesperson. They're not on the back end selling you, life insurance or whatever else these crazy people sell you when you're dealing with financial advisors that are not there to teach you. Work with a financial advisor that's there to teach you and help you grow, help you learn, so that you're going to come out above the average investor. The more you know, the more you can invest, the better choices that you can make. Have your financial advisor teach you these things so that you can come out ahead. Okay. The main thing is to make whatever funds you invest in, make it make sense to you so that you understand it and that you can ask questions and get those answers and be able to answer the question. If someone were to ask you, why did you invest in that mutual fund? You can give an answer of, well, it's because this company has been, or this fund has been around for 15 years. They've steadily outperformed the S&P 500. They continue to have growth every year. They, do all these things. You want to be able to explain that if someone were to ask you, why did you invest in this fund? Okay. So investing can be fun. It's fun to learn about all these companies. It's fun to have a glimpse of what could happen if your investment were to grow by 12% or more even. And it's really something that you want to take in for yourself so that you can learn and grow and continue to invest and continue to increase your wealth in the background without having to go to work every day. This is money that's growing in the background for you. So being slow and steady is key. So don't forget that. We're not going to make $1 million next week. That's not the way this works. We're not going to make $1 million next month, next year, in 2 years. We need years and years to get to the wealth building that's going to make you into a millionaire or more. If you're not after millionaire status, that's fine. You still need money to retire no matter what. No matter what status you want to be in, you still want money for when you retire. Whether it's $100,000 or $800,000, you still need money to retire no matter what. That is a given fact. So that's really all I have today. A pretty short video, but I just want to remind you to invest in yourself today so that you can make a difference for others tomorrow, because we're here to help others. We're here to make a difference for others. So invest in yourself today so you can make a difference in others tomorrow. I thank you so much for stopping by today. Give the video a big thumbs up. Leave a comment down below. Be sure to subscribe. When you subscribe, you should hit the bell so you know when the next video comes out. Thanks so much for stopping by, y'all. Y'all have a great one.